Now at 10 and streaming on crossroadstoday.com, the county tries to stop a local home restoration project. How the community effort is moving forward.
Christmas magic is spreading across the crossroads, and Toys for Tots needs your help.
Plus, 5 years of garage sale hunting leads to an amazing holiday discovery in Port Lavaca.
We are waiting for the colder air to arrive. It's up here in North Texas where they're down into the 50s right about now. That'll be rolling in tomorrow, giving us a nice little crisp chill just in time for Turkey Day. We'll have all that coming up in a moment.
And the Cowboys are meaning business. We caught up with Trevor Floyd and Kylan Robinson. Get the exclusive inside story from those players coming up in sports.
You're watching 25 News now at 10. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Shawna Currie.
And I'm Brubaker.
Builders are making fast progress on a local woman's home after it fell into serious disrepair. Neighbors, volunteers, and local crews are all pitching in to help get her place back into a livable condition. 25
News Now reporter Trent Whiting joins us to explain why construction could have stopped, but volunteers say they are moving forward with limitations.
Yeah, Don, Shawna, things should be business as usual for now, but safety concerns from the county could have slowed down or even stopped construction there. According to lead volunteer Frank Salazar, they can keep moving forward with their aggressive timeline to get Lucy back into her home. Frank Salazar and 83-year-old Lucy reached out for help to restore her longtime home, and the community responded in a big way.
The most beautiful part is that the way the community has gone together and come to save a person that really needed to be saved.
Volunteers have put down new floors, closed off openings to the home, and should receive sheetrock Wednesday to finish sealing the home.
The hardest part has been done already. Now is beautifying.
The project was nearly completely shut down and the home demolished after concerns from the county over restoring a home in the lowest part of a floodplain area.
They have laws they have to follow. We have laws that we have to follow. But at the end, everything got, at least to this point, we're at a good point right now.
After a meeting Tuesday afternoon with volunteers, the county agreed to allow construction to continue, as long as the cost doesn't exceed a certain percentage of the property's value.
So stressful earlier, but once we talked to the engineer and the assistant, and they made it, more comfortable.
Salazar and his team of volunteers are working to meet a tight deadline, hoping to get Lucy back in her home by December 12th. Shawna, Don, back to you.
Trent, thank you. Cracks in the road, craters in your commute. Potholes are not just annoying, they can damage your car and test your patience behind the wheel. A viewer alerted us to this trouble spot at Brigg Street and Northeast Zach Lentz Parkway. If you've seen a pothole that's causing problems or just an eyesore, send us a photo and tell us about it at staff@crossroadstoday.com.
A mother from Tyler, Texas is sharing her heartbreak after her 23-year-old daughter was attacked and killed by 3 pit bulls while dog sitting for a family.
Ayana Aird spoke with the victim's mother and authorities about this horrific tragedy.
After spending several weeks babysitting for a Tyler family, everything changed the day Madison Hull returned to the home to let the family's dogs back inside after they got out. In those few moments, the 3 pit bulls turned on her, attacking and killing her. A neighbor heard the commotion and called 911. When deputies arrived,
dogs then diverted their attention, all 3 of them, to him, started coming toward him, and he unholstered his service weapon and he fired at one of the dogs, killing it.
Madison's mother, Jennifer Hubble, received the news no parent is ever prepared to hear. Her daughter was gone.
I just dropped to my knees.
Madison loved animals, but her mother says she had recently grown uneasy around the dogs.
So she said that they hadn't always been that way. It was like a change in behavior.
Madison had also been caring for the homeowner's children for weeks.
They just really seemed to love her, and that's why she thought her looking after the dogs would be an okay situation.
It's just one of them heart-wrenching situations.
And I still can't wrap my brain around the fact that I mean, number one, that she's gone, but that it happened this way.
Madison was just 6 months away from earning her bachelor's degree in early childhood education from UT Tyler. She was inspired by her younger brother who was diagnosed with Asperger's.
I cannot imagine, and never have really imagined, life without her and what it's going to look like moving forward.
When asked if she feels anger toward the couple who own the dogs,
I think if I give in to the anger that I could feel, or that I do feel, it would be destructive, not just for me, but for them.
In the midst of her grief, Madison's mother says what matters most now is how her daughter is remembered.
I just want, people to remember her just for the amazing, just loving, caring, compassionate person that she was.
A court hearing about the dogs will take place on Wednesday. The National Weather Service says 2 tornadoes, an EF1 and an EF2, hit Harris County Monday. Highest sustained winds 116 miles an hour.
Matt Doherty reports at one point while the storms were passing through, more than 27,000 customers lost electricity.
As the sun began to set on Northridge Street, the pace of the cleanup intensified. Officials say this part of Precinct 4 was hit the worst by whatever blew through here at about 2 o'clock this afternoon.
He's like, it's wind. I said, run.
Javier and his son took the alert seriously and managed to safely ride out the storm.
We heard glass breaking, we heard trees falling, we heard a thud on the roof. I mean, look around. The neighborhood is full of amazing people.
Javier takes us on a tour of the damage left from the storm, strong enough to snap mature pine trees and uproot oaks.
This was a big, beautiful shade tree. Not much use for it now other than for firewood.
The storm even lifted buildings.
This residence here has a whole garage that's been picked up and moved on top of the power lines.
Assistant Chief Toby Hecker with the Precinct 4 Constable's office had to shut off the gas to a generator because of the fire starting from downed power lines. The power to the neighborhood was eventually cut off completely in order to reduce the threat of more fires.
I heard like a whistle, and the wind was just so intense. I'd never heard it like that before.
A few streets away, Catherine Franco and her daughter rode out the storm together in their home. Because she acted quickly, the pair is among the many residents able to walk away uninjured after the storm had passed.
We went straight to the laundry room where we were safe. I knew we'd be safe there.
Unbelievable. Well, the water in Rockport is safe to drink again without boiling required. The city was placed under a boil water notice on Monday after severe weekend weather there led to low water pressure. Officials sent samples to the state for testing yesterday, and everything came back clean today. Rockport has now been given the all clear. And no more severe weather in the forecast, at least for a few days, thank goodness.
Yes, and of course tomorrow is a key day for good weather because, Mac, a lot of people are going to be either hitting the roads or hitting the skies for Thanksgiving travel.
That's true, or hitting the grocery stores too. Yes, it's going to be very nice, a little cooler as a matter of fact. These temperatures right here, these are the highs tomorrow. Only in the 70s. What's the difference? Well, the cool north wind will blow in tomorrow morning, and that will put us on a little bit of more of a feeling of November-like weather. The weather will be very nice all the way through Friday, but then the weekend gets complicated. We've got another front coming through, and so we'll talk more about that coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
When you grab your light jacket, grab your fishing pole. Texas Parks and Wildlife is stocking lakes and ponds across the state with rainbow trout. More than 335,000 trout will be released at over 200 spots across the state, including the duck pond in Riverside Park here in Victoria. About 1,700 fish are headed there in early January and February. If you're 17 or older, you will need a fishing license with a freshwater endorsement. There's no minimum length, and you can keep up to 5 a day. But hey, I mean, if you don't have a pole yet, maybe one will show up under the Christmas tree this year. And downtown Cuero is coming alive as residents gathered to watch the Christmas tree light up the square. The annual celebration, now in its 13th year, has become a beloved piece of Cuero's holiday tradition. Danielle Laird, the Cuero ISD Family Engagement Coordinator, was there, and she says her favorite part is seeing families and neighbors come together to celebrate the season side by side.
It brings joy to me. I'm a social person, and so just seeing everyone together, especially people that I went to school with back in the day, it's really great. It's a great feeling.
And the annual Christmas in Downtown Cuero event is December 12th and 13th. Put it on the calendar. There will be live entertainment, photos with Santa, ice skating, and a lot more family fun.
In another part of the Crossroads, nativity scenes get a whole new meaning in Port Lavaca. Now in its 6th year, this exhibit has grown to include well over 1,000 items. Creator Veronica Coliba spent the past 5 years scouring garage sales and thrift stores across Texas to build this massive collection. Coliba says it's one of the most unique nativity displays you'll find anywhere, a true holiday spectacle.
It has unique finds that we've had. Nativities made out of pinto beans, I think, is just always the crowd favorite. But one made out of car parts, one made out of nails. If the religion part of it shies you away, you will find out that Jesus is everywhere in the world, because we've got one from many countries. But as well, if you like art and culture, this is a place for you to go.
The exhibit opens to the public this Friday and stays open through December 28th. It's found inside the Red Barn at 3187 Highway 35 in Port Lavaca. It's free to check out, but donations are welcome, whether it's monetary or a nativity scene you would like to add to the collection.
And Toys for Tots is getting ready to spread some holiday cheer across the Crossroads. They are collecting toys, and after they're collected, they're carefully sorted by age and gender, then packed up for families who signed up to receive them. Director Becca Vasquez says her goal is simple: make sure that every child in the area gets a gift and can experience the magic of Christmas.
Man, I get excited. I mean, these toys, of course, I'm too old to play with them now, but it's exciting. You know, you think about what the kids are going to do when they open them. You know, I'm excited just to look at these things. I could only imagine their faces when they get to open them up on Christmas Day and play with them, or receiving, you know, items that they just didn't think that they were going to get for the year.
Booth will be set up at Waterwell Cafe 361 from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday. They will also have a donation spot at Target from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
If you see news happening, call our newsroom at 361-576-0026 or send us an email at staff@crossroadstoday.com.
And you can catch our news anytime on our Crossroads Today YouTube channel. Subscribe, hit the like button, and click the notification bell. Stay with us. Coming up on 25 News Now at 10, how to enjoy Thanksgiving dinner with diabetes, the family support strategies that help.
Also ahead, cars line up early as the Salvation Army shares food for hundreds of community members today. Texas DPS is stepping up enforcement for Thanksgiving to ensure Texans have a safe holiday. State troopers will increase enforcement efforts on the roads starting tomorrow through Sunday, December 1st. Troopers will be looking for people not wearing seatbelts, driving while intoxicated, speeding and failing to follow the move over slow down law, among other traffic violations. The Salvation Army of Victoria main office was a busy place this morning with cars lined up from the Salvation Army onto Lawrence Street. Volunteers handed out 102 boxes of food in just 40 minutes, each one packed with a whole chicken, sides like potatoes, rice, beans, corn, and even cookies, enough to feed up to 5 people. State Representative A.J. Louderback was on hand, helping out and praising the effort for the community.
This is such a show of gratitude, such a show of giving to the community. This is really what service is all about.
The Salvation Army of Victoria will host its annual Community Thanksgiving Feast Thursday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at its headquarters at 1302 North Lewis Street.
To get more news, weather, and sports, just come to our website, crossroadstoday.com. Well, Thanksgiving is a holiday filled with family and food, as we just saw, but the meals can be hard to gobble when you're one of the millions of Americans who has diabetes.
In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither talks to a doctor about how to make this holiday diabetes friendly.
It's that time of year again. The turkey, the sides, and for those with diabetes, the temptation to eat things you probably shouldn't.
It's really hard for the patient with diabetes to stay away from these good tasting items, even though they're loaded with carbs.
Dr. Willa Shoy with the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center says even before Thanksgiving, those with diabetes and their support systems need a mindset that they're going to get or keep their disease under control. She says that starts with a nutritionist.
I really advise the husband and wife to go, the kids to go, whoever does the cooking in the house should definitely go.
Next, Shoy says to avoid the temptation of carbohydrates and sweets, she suggests not having them lying around the house. And that goes for homes you're visiting for Thanksgiving too.
The family has to be very supportive of helping the patient overcome the desires to eat all the carbohydrates around the holidays.
Shoy suggests finding diabetes-friendly recipes online, especially ones that use sugar substitutes. And finally, she says, allow yourself to enjoy the holiday. Let yourself indulge, but just a little.
Don't totally deprive yourself so you become depressed and upset. I think it's okay to taste a few of these things.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
That looks good.
Makes me hungry.
The CDC says if you have diabetes, to always make sure you eat close to your usual times in order to keep your blood sugar steady, and don't skip meals to save up for a big feast.
Yeah, they say that's because people tend to overeat when they're really hungry. They also recommend avoiding or limiting alcohol and sugary mixers.
Well, a lot of people getting ready. Tomorrow's the day we either head out or go get the stuff that we need to cook. Right now we're looking at 66 degrees, nice and cool all of a sudden. You might not have noticed it, but the north wind started blowing in today, and that's going to change things for tomorrow. We were at 86 today. Tomorrow we're looking to stay right at about 71 as a high temperature. So yes, the cooler weather is finally getting here. We'll talk more about it and take a look at your weekend coming up in a moment.
Relaxation meets laughter in the Crossroads' newest wellness trend, Goat Yoga. Watch as yoga lovers find peace and plenty of giggles, striking poses alongside some playful, mischievous goats.
And it's relaxing. You're out in nature. You're playing with the animals. You can just really relax and kind of let the stress of everyday life go.
Join Amaya Norman for Goat Yoga, a 25 News Now Extra.
Well, good evening, everyone. Just don't forget the marshmallows for the yams. That's the most important part. And we're talking about diabetes here a minute ago. Anyway, things are looking good in terms of weather for anyone traveling. The frontal system here that brought us the heavy weather last night is finally pushed offshore and taken most of that activity out to sea. The colder air is right about here. It's just past Amarillo, where they have already dropped into the upper 40s and low 50s as the cooler air starts coming in from Colorado down into our area. We look upstream and we've got actually a couple of 2-3 days of nice weather before we start thinking about that storm, but that's not till about Saturday or Sunday. So tonight will be a little cooler than we've been in a while, about 2 weeks. We're looking at temperatures dropping into the 50s, so I don't think you'll need a jacket turn the heater on, but it will be cooler. And tomorrow's high temperatures, a very comfortable 71 degrees. So no complaints right about there. I'm going to give you the big picture. You can see what's going on across the country. This is the storm that came through last night, already somewhere along the central Gulf. That pulls away, and now the cool, dry air rolls in behind it. And that's going to give us the nice weather just in time for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. That's Thanksgiving Day, chilly at night, sunny and mild in the daytime, beautiful weather. But things get complicated by Saturday as a second frontal system starts rolling down with the northwest winds. So this frontal system will bring us some rain before it gets here, and then after it gets here too, as you can see right about there. But it does bring us some colder air. So that's by the time we get to Monday, Tuesday, and then watch this. Okay, while this sort of continues affecting us here in Texas, watch right about here. What is that? What is that? That is snow in the Panhandle, maybe as far south as Lubbock. This would be early next week, like about Tuesday. I don't know, college students going back, but you should be ready for that, because then that's going to be even more complicated. So if you're driving for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, no problem. Saturday, Sunday, we've got rain pretty much across the state, so be prepared for that and make sure you take your winter coat. Now tomorrow, a lovely day with a high of 72 in Port Lavaca. Only a 70 is a high in Cuero. We haven't seen that in a while. So the 7-day forecast is a little busy, see, because we get that north wind tomorrow, a little breezy northeast wind. Then Thursday looking really nice after a chilly morning. And then Friday is looking okay. Clouds roll in with rain on Saturday. Frontal system blows in, triggers off some heavier weather probably Sunday. So these are the big travel days, and I want to make sure you know that you're going to be dealing with that rain, although these couple of days are good. But look at the temperatures early next week, only topping out in the 60s with overnight lows well into the 40s. So these are the days that we may have some winter weather up in extreme North Texas, but not here. You'll be fine driving around down here, but let's just get ready and have a great holiday weekend and make sure you come back on the other side. That's your 7-day forecast. Reminding everybody we do have a QR code. We'd love for you to scan that, put Crossroads Today on your phone, and we'll toss it over to Ray because he's got the Edna Cowboys ready for the big stuff.
Thank you, Mac. And the Edna Cowboys are blazing through the playoffs. Hear from players Trevor Floyd and Kylan Robinson behind their dominant run and what they look forward to in their matchup against Ingram Moore coming up in sports. We are continuing your preview coverage of the Edna Cowboys as they prepare for their round 3 face-off this Friday against Ingram Moore. The game starts off at 6 p.m. at Cougar Stadium, New Braunfels Canyon High School. The Cowboys are firing on all cylinders and are ready to take on the top talent from their competition. The Cowboys open their postseason with an empathetic 63-7 victory over San Diego in round 1 last Friday. They continued their dominant play, shutting down Marion with a final score of 38-14. Early this morning, I traveled to Edna to talk to Coach Dixon and several players about their recent success and preparations for the game. Now, let's hear from players Trevor Floyd and Kylan Robinson on what they believe it will take to secure the victory.
Man, I think the way we practice, man, you know, I think that determines on how we play the week prior and after. You know, if we practice hard in practice, we're going to play hard in the game. I think that's how it goes. I think it's going to be a lot about getting the ball out fast, quick, precise, you know, and just hitting my targets and let them do what they do.
Just having a good week, playing as a team, keeping everybody up, not bringing nobody down, just playing as a team.
And Bay City is charging full steam ahead in their postseason journey. The Black Cats, another powerhouse from the Crossroads, have been absolutely unstoppable in these playoffs. Both games for the Black Cats took place on a Saturday afternoon, but that didn't slow them down at all. Bay City crushed Toloso Midway 44-24 and followed that up beating LBJ Austin with a final score of 34-19. Now the excitement ramps up as they gear up to clash once again this Friday at 2 p.m. facing off against Davenport at the iconic Bridgeton Stadium. Get ready for some high-octane action. And staying in the 4A realm of high school playoff football, the Cuero Gobblers are gearing up to take on Rockport Fulton. This matchup is actually a rematch from the regular season where Rockport Fulton handed the Gobblers their only loss by just 1 point. So you can expect a lot of emotion and a fierce get-back effort from Cuero in this game. Catch all the action live at Buccaneer Stadium in Corpus Christi on Friday at 7:30 p.m. And high school hoops is underway, and 2 of our Crossroads teams faced off earlier today. Both teams entered the game undefeated at 3-0 as Industrial Cobras hosted the St. Joseph Flyers. The Flyers came away with the road victory, winning with a final score of 44-23. Leading the charge for St. Joseph was Charlie Stefka with 12 points, followed by Carlos Rodriguez with 7 points, Alex Donner contributing 6 points. St. Joseph will host Luis next Tuesday at 6:15 p.m. And the Houston Cougars are still in Las Vegas for some early season tournament action. The Cougars faced off against a familiar opponent in the Tennessee Volunteers, a matchup that also took place in the Final 8 earlier this year. The Cougars got off to a hot start thanks in part to that freshman right there, Kingston Fleming, who dazzled with some Euro step magic, finishing inside. Fleming had 25 points leading the Cougars, but it remained a tightly contested battle. In the end, the Cougars came up just short, falling to Tennessee. Final score, 76-23. The Cougars will begin their season play next week. Don and Shawna.
All right, Ray, thanks so much, and stay with us. Coming up on 25 News Now at 10, we'll take a last look at your weather. Plus, recovering shelter animals celebrate Thanksgiving too. The Paws Chicago Feast with a Purpose. That's after the break.
I am Jimmy Kimmel. Tonight, Kristen Bell, Dax Shepard, Senator Mark Kelly, and music from De La Soul. So pull up an armchair and join us after the late news on Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Ahead of Thanksgiving Day, some homeless dogs and cats are getting a special Turkey Day feast of their own. These are the shelter animals at Paws Chicago's Currie Medical Center. The pooches and kitties were treated to a meal of pet-safe turkey, pumpkin puree, whipped cream, and mashed sweet potatoes. Paws dubbed the event a Feast of Second Chances, which is a fitting title as the animals at the center are recovering from illness, injury, or neglect, and they're getting ready for adoption. And it looks like they dug right in and enjoyed.
Where are you going with that tennis ball looking orange? Oh, my goodness, how could they eat with the thing around their neck? That's, I guess if you're hungry enough, you can find a way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's there they go. All right.
They have a lot to be thankful for.
Yes.
They're rescued, and hopefully they're going to be finding a good home soon.
Very photogenic little
Yes.
pets there, wouldn't you say? They look great.
Absolutely.
My daughter's dog will sit in the chair and will look like, and go, okay, what's
Just
for me?
waiting for his plate.
Ladies first. Well, folks, we hope you have a great time, good holiday, and everything works out all right. Got really good weather tomorrow, lots of sun, cooler weather with a high of only 71. And on Turkey Day, we are going to be chilly in the morning, but then sunny and mild in the day. Your Friday is still good for shopping, but Saturday, the clouds and the rain return. Looks like Sunday will be also on the damp side.
Good timing. Well, thanks for joining us.
Jimmy Kimmel Live starts now.